Hi, you guys. I'm gonna tell y'all other ways that I was able to escape from like the gang stalking during times that I was like fearful, and just things that's helped me. I am very I feel like grounded with the universe, and I feel like the universe is constantly giving me signs. And I feel like anyone can be grounded with the universe and just be use the universe as your clarity of what it is that you need and what it is that you need help with or guidance in. Of course, I always like talk to God first, and when I ground myself in the universe, I'll go out there and I walk barefoot all the time. Like I'll put my feet in the grass or in the dirt, and I tell the universe like, please take away all energy from me, all negative energy that may be clinging to me or that has been wished upon me through the soles of my feet as I'm grounded into you. And I tell it how beautiful it is and how nurturing and how lucky I am to be part of the universe. And then I say, um, thank God, like I thank God that He created you. And, I thank God for creating you. And I just say things like that to the universe. And I honestly feel like the universe will give you signs and just speak to you in different ways if you really pay attention. And that's helped me to get away from my gang stalkers. So, for instance, like there would be times that I'd be like walking around, um, like unsure where I should go, but at this time I'm still fearful. I'm still kind of scared, like that these gang stalkers are following me, and what if they do something? All the things that are going through my mind. Well, I will pray to God, like, please, God, give me a sign, lead me somewhere, tell me where to go, where I can feel safe. And I'll feel like a gush of wind, and I'll see um, when I feel that gush of wind, I'll look to the trees or to the grass to see which way it's flowing. And whichever way it's flowing, that's the direction I'm going to go. Um, so yeah, I feel like the universe will talk to you through, yeah, like I always like to call it the colors of the wind. So I feel like the universe will talk to you through like the through the trees, through the grass, through um, the birds, through everything. If you really just pay attention to it. But I would also go to, I think through numbers. I would go to this lake all the time, right? And this lake, it was a busy lake, but because the lake that I would go to has a walking trail on the front side of it. So I think it's like measured like a mile or 2 miles. So people would be walking there. But if you go to the opposite side of the lake, no one hardly ever goes to that side because there's just so much like trees and things over there. And there's really nothing on that side of the lake. But I always go there for like just peace of mind and um, especially when I want to yeah, because I'll also go put my feet into the especially at that lake, I'll put my feet into the water so I can feel the mush of like the dirt from like the water, and I like the way that feels. But I'll go to that side, and when I'm over there, like I'm still aware because, or I still try to like pay attention to like make sure no one's going over there, or I'm not being ambushed from the back or something. And anytime I'm over there, and I don't even care if they're coming from this side of the lake. So I'll come to the center part, and if they're coming from this side or this side, whichever side that they're coming from, the birds will start chirping, and I always hear the chirping on one side of the lake. But I'm telling you, even if someone's walking on this side of the lake coming toward me, the birds will start chirping like loud. So I always say like, oh, the birds are my my ancestors, they're part of my spiritual team. They're for me, like, so I'll listen to like the birds. I just things like that. Like I just try to stay in tuned with the energy that the universe gives, so that way I can be vigilant of my surroundings. I always say it looks like I'm standing alone, but really I'm not. I'm surrounded by everything that I need and everything that I want, and everything that's going to protect me. I have like a few stories on this, but I also like I pay attention to the numbers. So yesterday I seen on my tablet it said it was 438, and then I go to look at the percentage of the tablet and it says 38. So I say, well, let me go and look at what the angel numbers for 38 means, and it was financial. The angel number for 3838 was financial security, abundance, and the importance of inner strength and love. So then I go and look at the Bible verse of 3838, and it took me to Ezekiel 38. And what that said was the prophecy describes a future large scale invasion of Israel by a collision of nations led by a leader called Gog from the land of Magog. God declares that he will intervene with natural disasters to destroy the invading armies, thereby dem- demonstrating his holiness and power to all nations. So yesterday when I got that, I feel like that was just clarity to me, and that's God's way of talking to me and saying, "Look, I know you're going through a financial hardship, but it's gonna be okay. Abundance is coming in. Your financial security is gonna be met where it needs to be met." And then when I go to see that verse, like I got so tearful and just so like gracious to God. Like, because to me, when I read that, it was Him saying, like, I understand your enemies are coming towards you, but don't worry. I'm gonna demonstrate my holiness and my power, and I will take care of your enemies. If that's through natural disasters, if that's through, His way of His vengeance, or His way. I wouldn't say vengeance, but His way of just making it right. Putting a stop to like what my enemies have planned for me, and I'm just so grateful for that. So I want to just say, like, yeah, pay attention to things like that. I know it's helped me a lot, and if you do it, I believe it will help you. I feel like anyone can be in tuned with the universe and like what's happening and what's going on, and listening to things. So this was a time when like these gang stalkers, like they'll do things like go and like make noise around your house, and like they'll like go and like bang on your window or make scratching noises, or so you can be fearful in your own home. Well, our neighbor at this time had a really big pit bull, and like, dude, the neighbor would always be like, that pit bull is so mean, and if y'all were to come over here, it's gonna bark, it's gonna. But the pit bull ended up liking me. I would call him Big Boy. So he really liked me. And dude, when I tell you this dog wasn't even my dog and it was so protective over me, it was insane. I remember a friend going over to the house, and Big Boy ran out from his fence and goes over there to where I'm standing, because it was night too. And as soon as he sees this friend, which by the way, this friend ended up betraying me in a way that is unbelievable. But as soon as he sees this friend, it's a guy. He he looks at this friend and he gives him the ugliest like growl and will not stop. And I had never seen him act that way. So I'm like, oh, this is what the neighbor was talking about, how his dog gets really aggressive. But mind you, I'm not his like keeper. So for him to be so possessive over me was crazy. So the friend says, well, can I go inside, or what should I do? Do I wait? And I said, well, Travis isn't here, which was my partner at the time. I said, so Travis would know how to handle Big Boy, but I don't, and I've never seen him act this way. I said, so just wait until Travis gets here. And he goes, so should I go back in my car? And I'm like, yes. And so he gets back in his car, and I walk to the porch, and Big Boy is just circling around me, and then he stands right in front of me, and he's just growling the entire time at this car. And um it's just things like that. Well, this dog, Big Boy, ended up getting ran over, and dude, when I tell you I was devastated, I was so devastated, because he gave me a piece of like comfort. Like if I heard stuff, I'm like, oh, it's okay, because Big Boy's watching. He's gonna get someone. But he had got ran over, and I remember driving around everywhere looking for him like he was my dog, because I just wanted to know, like, where is he at? What happened? Like, well, anyway, I'm crying outside one day, like, or this is like a day after, 2 days after I find out, like, yeah, we knew he got ran over, even though he made it. Thank God he made it. Um, I remember crying to God, like, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, he gave me a piece of comfort, a piece of like safety, and um, I kid you guys not. When I say that I was praying to God and I was crying like that, why? And to this day, this story still always gets me teary eyed. Why, when I look up from my backyard, there comes a gang like of dogs walking by the fence, um, in the back alley of my house. And when I say a gang of dogs, there was at least like 6 or 7 of them. And I feel like that was just God reassuring me, like, you're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like, these literally right after I'm done praying to God, and I look up and I'm just sitting there like this, and these dogs come, and I don't hear a single bark from them. I don't hear like, so they came unexpectedly. Like, I wasn't even expecting to see them. I didn't hear any noise, and they're just walking by the fence. And I said, "Oh God!" And when I said that, they all looked at me. Like, all those dogs turned to look at me, and they were just looking at me, and I'm like, I start crying. But it's just things like that, that like, where God will reassure you that everything's going to be okay, like, everything's going to be fine. He has you. So today I just encourage you to go get grounded with the universe, and like, leave your fear, your fear, your anxiety, your depression, whatever it is that these people may be making you feel, with God, and know that God has you. I hope you guys have a good day.